Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show, episode 169. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my right is Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
Hello, Scholar Jeff. Another week in wrestling, another week in sheer disappointment.
Mostly disappointment, anyway. I mean, there's still some...
When it came to Battleground,
nuggets of joy.
Maybe one small, real nugget of joy.
Oh, I think there's plenty more where that came from. But you know what? Let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right into it. Let's break down the results of WWE Battleground 2017. Now, I like what they did with this, with the pre-show, with the show already, just coming from the pre-show.
Of course you did.
Of course, we had Aiden English defeating Ty Dillinger, as certain members of the Scholars of Wrestling panel called. But yeah, I thought this. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to witness.
I caught that there. I caught that little jab.
Whatever do you mean?
You know what? As soon as I didn't even watch the pre-show match, to be perfectly honest. I actually didn't watch the show when it was on live. I was too busy enjoying Chicago live, and it was awesome.
I saw that.
It was such a great concert. But when I went back and basically I was just catching up on the results. As soon as I saw that Aiden English won, I'm just like, Jeff must be having the time of his life right now, because it's Aiden English that saved him when it came to this prediction show. So now, I want you to praise Aiden English in song right now. Go.
This is the Aiden that never ends.
No, not that song. You have to do it as Aiden English opera style.
Have you ever heard me attempt to say
Do it!
Aiden English is forever my boy.
More like, I can't believe I'm going to be doing this for you. Aiden English is forever your boy.
Well, there you go. And thank you for blessing me with the gift of song, Aiden English style. Aiden English himself would be mighty proud.
No, he wouldn't.
Why? He's got fans. Aren't you proud of your fans?
If I had fans, sure.
Fool, I'm your fan.
Thank you.
See?
My one fan. And for that, I am a... No, I can't even go by that.
Such hostility turned into such friendship. Yay. Good, wholesome family entertainment, this show.
Yeah, bite me.
Love you too, sucker. Anyway, speaking of positivity, next match, first match on the real show, we had the New Day defeating the Usos to regain the Smackdown Tag Team titles.
Well, they didn't regain it.
They're on the...
This is the...
brand silliness.
They regained tag team titles. It's just their first time getting the Smackdown tag team titles.
Fair enough.
And this was match of the night. I said it was a top contender last week, which was the surprise to you. I remember that. But yeah, this was match of the night for me. This match was awesome. I actually rewatched the show before we started recording tonight. And yeah, it was just as awesome as I saw it the first time. It was such a great match, great storytelling. Xavier Woods was the highlight of the match.
Yeah, which was really
and
astonishing to actually have him show off some more moves.
I guess I'm just gonna call this the Joey Styles "oh my god" moment. Was when they pretty much reenacted the Shelton Benjamin, Shawn Michaels, him jumping off the ropes and jumping right into a super kick. That was insane. That was timed perfectly. If they actually tried to do that again, they probably would fail. But
are the New Day and the Usos just that good?
It is that good, and I'm glad they're actually keeping this feud going. Especially that I like what they did SmackDown. Like they're doing the normal Big E entrance call, and then cuts off to them getting their ass kicked. I like that they show that him saying that actually is him saying that before they come out. Just shows like, don't you dare be so.
Ow.
Ow. Ow. you're beating me up, man. Ow, ow. And then you get the part where Kofi got thrown onto the side. It actually looked like it hurt. But back to the Battleground match itself. Yeah, I said it just a minute ago, and I'll say it again. It was match of the night for me, and it was really the only real good match to come out of this. Yeah. At least the match that I enjoyed.
Yeah, the rest of the show had its moments, certainly. But this one, you were absolutely right. I'll give it to you. It absolutely delivered. Everyone was at the top of their game. Lots of unexpected moments. It was just a fun match all around. Very, very high quality. And, the Usos. The New Day absolutely have got this one.
And the Usos were just put on just as great as the performances the New Day did. Both teams were awesome.
Shows why they're at the top of their game and at the top of the card. So, good on you, boys. Well done. Well done.
And now it all goes downhill from here.
Yes. Starting, oddly enough, with... I don't know why I would need to be talking in a somber tone for this. Because Shinsuke Nakamura technically beat Baron Corbin.
But this was Shinsuke Nakamura's worst match.
This is
ever.
Yeah, this I don't know ever because I've only seen him in his in his post swag days. I'm not don't really have the encyclopedic knowledge of his Young Lion days or whatnot. But
I don't either. But from past matches from Japan that I've seen. They were great matches, and from what I've been hearing and been reading, people are ranking this his worst match of all time, especially one where he faced a guy with no wrestling experience. I forgot the name, but I remember them specifically saying against a man with literally no wrestling background experience, this was still his worst match of all time, and it really hurt Baron Corbin in my eyes. I'm actually losing all interest in Baron Corbin.
Yeah, no one really came out of this looking good.
And it was definitely a mood killer for the audience.
Yeah, there's only one good thing I can honestly say about this match. During Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance, there was some guy sitting in the front row with a "Be excellent to each other" sign. Did you see that?
No. That's awesome.
I went back and rewatched it today, and it was like, oh, hey, look at that sign. And it showed up right on camera as soon as Shinsuke was doing his swaggy dance entrance. So it was like, this somehow fits in a really strange way.
That actually is awesome. I actually got to go back and just look for that sign. But yeah, to the match itself, it really was a very boring match. Most of the time, it was bear hugs, and yeah, they just didn't seem to have the chemistry to really work well with each other. Their match on Smackdown was actually the better match, but it still wasn't a very good match either.
Yeah, the whole thing, to me personally, just reeks of some booker over interfering on two guys' matches. Like, okay, save the good stuff for SummerSlam, blob de blue, just to go through the motions and do a false finish. Bagoosh.
The only way I actually would have accepted this if they actually took advantage of a certain tweet that I read earlier that day. But I'll talk about that later for the match in particular. But yeah, this was actually the worst match on the show for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I could honestly go that far.
I was bored out of my mind. You know what? I'll say this. Excluding the Punjabi prison match, this was the worst match of the night.
I will save my input for later on that one. But for now, let's move on to something else. We've got, surprisingly enough, another surprise here. Natalya wins the Fatal 5-Way to become the number one contender for the SmackDown Women's title to face Naomi at SummerSlam. I honestly couldn't pick this one.
No, I don't think anyone picked this one until I read all the people saying, oh, now Natalya's the favorite. Everyone's switching their votes to Natalya. But unlike all those idiots who decide to try and switch their votes, when we put our predictions on our prediction show, it's set in stone. So this was an okay match.
Yeah, it had some good points.
It had some good moments until the ending where everyone just started dropping like flies. And it showed Lana at a very bad point. Lana should not wrestle. Ever.
Lana had bad points?
Lana was the worst point of this match.
Even then.
You can't even and yeah, that was your prediction, fool.
Hey, sometimes the optimism works with my boy Aiden English. Some days
sometimes it just falls flat on its face and dies with Lana. And seriously, Lana should just put her back with Rusev.
I really hope they do that. I really hope they do.
What is the point of this whole thing with Tamina? Like, are they trying to completely retcon the fact that, Rusev and Lana are married, and it looks like Tamina's trying to be the dominant one of this quote-quote relationship? It's like, come on! Let's go! Follow me! Right now! Stupid idiot! I am not at all intrigued. This fell... Lana... Just go back to being the pretty face behind the Bulgarian brute, and don't break up submission holds even though it's an elimination match.
Oh, poor Lana. I really want to like you, but
you're just eye candy now.
Which is really kind of cringy for me to even say. Or I wish
just say it.
I wish it weren't so, but I do.
Just agree with me. Agree with me.
You're capable of better, Lana.
It's not afraid to join the dark side here.
You're capable of better, Lana. That's as far as I'm going to go.
No, she's not. Well,
she already did better.
When it comes to being in the ring, hell no. When it comes to actually being a voice for someone, being a managerial position, she was awesome.
Make Rusev crush again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Please. Please make Rusev crush, because, Rusev by himself shows.
We'll get to Rusev.
This is just falling apart on me, man. That is starting to hurt now.
Let's just get right into it. We're skipping ahead a bit, but do have John Cena defeating Rusev in a flag match. That's funny. I don't know if I just sort of got bored midway through. I just didn't finish writing Rusev's name, so on my run sheet I just have John Cena defeated Ruse. John Cena defeated Ruse. I didn't even get to the V.
This was one of the big main events of the show.
You thought so?
That's why it was.
This whole thing just seemed really, really underwhelming.
Well, yeah, it was a flag match. It was a one-sided flag match. I don't think anybody anywhere predicted Rusev was going to win. This is just more of just going, we're fighting for America.
Meanwhile, it looks like
while the evil Bulgarian foreigner says, "Oh, I hate America, so that's why I lose." Rusev deserves better than this.
Oh, doubly sure. And the fact that the booking team, it felt like the booking team just pulled this from the archives from 30 years ago and inserted it in the modern WWE scene with no context whatsoever.
Stupid.
Come on, guys. We know you're better than this. You've got so many good people on your writing staff. Just let them pair up two people and let them go at it. Just
give it a good story, because come on, we can't just throw two guys together. I mean, we have that on Raw with Bray Wyatt just jumping in everyone's face. Or jumping in a feud with anybody who's just like, oh yeah, I don't like you. I love Bray Wyatt, but there's no meat to his feuds anymore. He's just there. He talks beautiful, and he just says, "I hate you," in a beautiful way.
I hate you in a beautiful way, man. This world's lying to you, man.
Because seriously, what was the point of his feud with Seth Rollins?
To kill time.
That's pretty much Bray Wyatt now. He's just time filler.
Well, I'm not going to say in all cases, but in the Seth Rollins feud, if it really is over, then yeah, this one was truly unsatisfying.
And it's the same exact story with this one. yeah, John Cena and Rusev have a history rivalry, but there is nothing thrown to this. It's just John Cena come back on the 4th of July. I'm pro-America. Rusev come back. I'm not pro-America. Boo America. Bulgaria. Let's have a flag match. Okay. Pro-America. I win. Play the trumpets. Ba-ba-da-ba.
On the bright side, and there is a bright side to this, number one, before the match, if you notice, they did sort of run down the entire foreign commentary team, which really I thought it was kind of cool personally, because it reminded me that they're really broadcasting to the entire world, and they're really making an effort to sort of give this thing a sort of an international flair to it and really sell people on this. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Plus, and ultimately, I feel like this is a big one, they made Americans actually care and think about Bulgaria. Because honestly, when was outside of Rusev, when was the last time you actually think about Bulgaria?
I don't.
Exactly.
But then there's the flip side to that whole foreign commentary team. Oh yeah, we're just gonna keep rubbing it in the rest of the world's face that we love America, because America always wins.
An American winning an American wrestling match for an American company? Oh boy,
that's just so 80s.
That's so Raven. Oh, brother.
That's Hulk Hogan.
It's elementary, my dear Watson.
It's just sad.
It
really is. Seriously, can you really think Rusev and John Cena? Oh yeah, it's like, oh, you guys are gonna have a flag match at Battleground.
Wait, what?
That it? What the hell is that? We're not really gonna have some kind of in-depth story? No, you're just gonna have America versus the evil foreigner again.
Okay, time to cash that check.
Yeah, right. Please.
Hey, speaking of America versus the evil foreigner, how about the face of America winning his title back? Kevin Owens defeated AJ Styles.
And quite possibly the most awkward way to win, to a point where everyone's like, is this the botch? Because even everyone's saying this was a botch ending. Decent match. Botch ending.
Yeah,
there really isn't really much to say about it. It was a good match. They obviously could do better. And I said it last week. This could have been match of the night, but it was just nothing more than a Smackdown match.
Yeah, this is another one that was way, way more underwhelming than it really should have been. It's honestly shocking. It's honestly really, truly shocking. And it blows my mind. It really does. Why did this happen like this?
And it's all completely pointless because, AJ Styles won the title back on SmackDown in a triple threat match against KO and Jericho.
What? Why?
From what I've been hearing, the whole point of AJ Styles winning it back is because the win at Battleground for Kevin Owens was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to happen that way, and it was a botch ending, and they're just fixing it up.
Well, in that case, then it's just another thing that really works against this show. It's just
completely and utterly pointless. That's what most of the B shows
AJ and
now
Kevin
are now.
Owens botched. How? Just
I don't know whose fault it was. I don't know if it was the referee or AJ, Kevin. I don't know whose fault it was, but
the AJ and the Owens are infallible. It must have been the referee.
I don't know.
I need to watch this again.
I watched it many times. Like, this was the one match I kept watching over and over again before prepping for the show tonight. I still was so confused. Like, yes, AJ's shoulders were down, and I don't know what the hell was going on in that. Like, and people even pointed out that usually when matches are over, they show highlights of the finish of the match. They didn't. They didn't with KO and AJ Styles. So it just left everyone confused. It left people angry. It was already killing the dead crowd. You hear the fans, "Stop killing us! We're already dead!"
Stop. He's already dead. This is just disappointing. I don't understand this.
That's the best way to describe it. Disappointing.
Well, as we continue on with Battleground, we do have Sami Zayn defeating Mike Kanellis.
This was a typical pee break match.
I know. I literally stepped out of the room to get a beverage at this point.
And it's the Sami Zayn match, and it's versus Mike Bennett, Mike Kanellis, whatever the hell he wants to be called. But where do they go from here, other than a tag team match with Ty Dillinger and Aiden English?
Well, that's probably exactly where they go. Even if it's on the pre-show, I've got to believe that this feud continues.
Because I like this Power of Love gimmick that they're doing. I want them to go for the United States title, to just be like, we're gonna give America. America is so full of hate right now. We are going to win this title for America to spread the power of love to this one country that used to know love, but now is nothing more than hate.
Actually, that's probably a much smarter storyline than WWE is capable of.
Well, you have a creative writing team that are just nothing more than monkeys.
Monkeys with typewriters.
Monkeys with typewriters. It's really becoming to that point.
Oh boy.
And let me ask before we move on to the main event. I know they said there was a Breezango moment, backstage segment. I don't remember seeing it.
I don't remember seeing it either.
I know that it's like, from what I keep reading, it's the Ascension once again trying to say that they're the perpetrators, but it's like, we have the evidence. You're not it. Lights go out and Fandango's gone, and Tyler Breeze is out cold, and nothing comes of it on SmackDown. So the only real interesting storyline that I have on SmackDown, they're not even doing it. So that actually legit pissed me off, and I was reaching to that point where I was just like, I want to turn off the show.
Yeah, but I didn't. I genuinely
I didn't because I have to do this for this. I have to watch it for this.
Well, I wasn't even going to say that. I was going to say I have to see the Punjabi prison match again.
And whatever it is that happened inside it, because did you see all the tweets of people taking pictures of it? It's like, can you see what's going on at people watching at home? Because we sure as hell can't see anything.
Yeah, you couldn't see anything from the crowd, but I'm not sure if they would really want to see Jinder Mahal defeating Randy Orton. But I kind of did.
The saviors of this match were the Singh brothers.
Yeah, the Singh brothers were bumping like crazy.
Singh 1 and Singh 2 were just the best. That's right. I pulled a Dr. Seuss on the Singh brothers.
Well, you know that now the Singh brothers are my boys again now.
That fall.
Singh 1, Singh 2. Oh man, you just made me a fan of the Singh brothers.
Let that sink in.
You just made me a fan of the Singh brothers, fool. Congratulations.
I like them just because they're spot monkeys.
Mm-hmm. They're bumping like crazy. They're like
taking crazy table spots. Like, what was his name? Oh, that was my one F-bomb. What was his name? What was that? I don't even know their names. That's why I call them Sing 1 and Sing 2.
Samir and I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, who was it? The one that fell? Samir?
Probably. Because
that's the only one we actually remember his name. I'm just going to keep calling him Sing 1 and Sing 2. Sing 1 was the one that fell through the table, and Sing 2 was, he just got taken out. I just love that they were able to crawl through the gates.
I know. I thought those things looked just... The holes were too big.
The Punjabi prison match is such a stupid match. Oh my god.
But not in all ways, because...
Yes, in every way.
But even when Randy Orton was about to climb out, and then music hits, and all of a sudden, the Great Cheese is back.
We got the Great Cheese. Jesus. Oh, cheese. We got the Great Cheese. No.
No. Is back.
No.
Yay.
Why is he back? The man can barely move. The last time we saw him, he was singing with Santino Marella. ha-wa-da-wa-da, ha-wa-da-wa-da. That's the last thing I want to remember with him. Singing like a complete idiot.
Well, now, the latest thing you can think of when thinking about the Great Cheese is him completely choking out Randy Orton and allowing Jinder Mahal to retain his title.
I wouldn't be so angry about this if he actually showed up on SmackDown being a muscle. Because that's all he's going to be.
I think he wanted to be there. He's just sort of still slowly lumbering his way to the arena.
I hated this. The Punjabi prison match went on way too long. It was boring as shit. The only good thing about this was that Singh won falling through the announce table spot.
That was a heck of a spot.
That was it. There's nothing else. Even the Great Cheese. Honestly, now I'm gonna pull the tweet from what I mentioned earlier. Someone tweeted that Baron Corbin should just walk out, hand his money in the briefcase, money in the bank briefcase.
Money in the briefcase.
Money in the briefcase. Yes, I know. He just gave the referee his money in the bank briefcase. He put himself in the match, and he automatically won because he's already outside the cage. That is a lot more creative and a lot more fun than having the one guy that nobody wants back, the Great Cheese, and just having him cost Randy Orton the match. And that would actually be justifying the fact that he disqualified himself earlier because he's like, oh, I don't need to be part of this match with Shinsuke Nakamura. I can just go right to the belt, go right for the title, and there it is. I'm the champion. I don't give a shit. Which is what his gimmick is, not giving a shit. Apparently it's actually working in real life because now I'm not giving a shit about Baron Corbin because he's actually reaching to that point where he's just so goddamn boring. There were even fans chanting, Baron sucks, Baron sucks. He did some move. He's like, do I suck now? And I just wanted to be in that fan in Philly and just go, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Or you still are. You still are. The one big solidifying moment that sold that nobody was interested in this event anymore was during the Punjabi prison match. This was actually people tweeting about this. People were leaving the event early just so they can buy Royal Rumble tickets.
Oh, you don't want that.
Wait,
Royal Rumble tickets are already on sale?
They go on sale Saturday.
Oh, snap. I know what I'm doing Saturday.
They're already sold out.
Oh, snap.
We're still going to try and look for some.
Oh, snap.
But people were taking pictures of the line outside during the Punjabi prison match of people leaving and going to trying to get tickets for Rumble.
Oh, boy. Oh, man.
That was the basically final nail on the coffin for WWE Battleground 2017.
I'll tell you what. This entire show was tied into a whole bunch of really bizarre experiences that ended up resulting in a very bizarre sort of experience for me while watching it. It's just,
I guess you want to give facial hair ratings right now? Because really, what you're pretty much giving your final thoughts on it.
That's pretty much the entire thing. Okay, I'm gonna go with a peach fuzz on this one, just because this show I was originally going to do a clean shaven 0, like a 1 out of 5 for this, but then I was like, you know what, this whole show was so bad it almost circled around and became like almost good, just because of the ridiculousness of it, from Aiden English winning to the Great Cheese returning for absolutely no reason at all, to inexcusable crap like a really mediocre Shinsuke Nakamura match. This was just disappointing.
I was even saying it last week. I had no high hopes for this one. I knew it was just going to be nothing more than a glorified episode of SmackDown, but there were episodes of SmackDown that are better than this.
Yeah, lots of them.
My God. I honestly thought you couldn't go any worse than Money in the Bank. They did. I hated this show. Minus the opening match, That's the only reason I'm giving it a. There is no 0. We don't have a 0 rating, but I'm gonna give it the lowest rating. I'm giving it a clean shaven, or a clean shave, whatever the hell we call it, clean shaven. I'm furious. I'm not even remembering our facial hair rating system anymore. That tag team title match was the only real highlight of this show, and it was awesome. And then the crowd was into it. The crowd was into the show. They wanted more, and they immediately killed it with a shitty Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin match.
Something I didn't expect to ever hear.
Exactly. And then it just kept going. No, nothing against Natalya. I'm glad. Did we even talk about the women's match? I don't even.
Barely.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we shat all over Lana.
That was our review of this.
I have nothing wrong with Natalya winning. She, in my opinion, she is underrated. She needs a little more character depth than just being the flopping your hair, exiting type of thing. What she did with that interview with Naomi. I don't know. I want her to actually feel like she is the Bret Hart of the women's division, but I'm still not getting it. And some people aren't going to get it. They're just going to keep thinking about the farting gimmick.
I haven't even thought about that gimmick ever since it stopped.
People, hey, look at Bryan. There is nothing that she can do to get back on Bryan's good graces. He keeps putting her down, even though sometimes she actually does do something decent.
Honestly, and this is going to be one of my few parting shots for this entire show. When you saw what matches they were planning for SummerSlam or for next week on SmackDown, John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the whole booking of the match just felt like a message from WWE saying, Sorry. We're sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh. I mean, it really did. It's like night and day. It blows. Again, everything tied into this show just blows my mind.
It just fully shows that when it comes to the basically B-level pay-per-views, they don't give a shit. They really don't. They're just like, okay, we're just gonna throw stuff on the wall and hopefully it'll stick.
Oh boy.
And it's infuriating. It really is. I'm like, at least there's some stuff on both Raw and SmackDown to keep my interest. The triple threat match for Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman for Raw. That's it. And I actually am intrigued with the Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose versus the Miz Taraj. I actually like the development they're doing, especially when it comes to Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and Seth trying to get the redemption story for Dean.
And it's stuff like that really still keeps me hopeful for SummerSlam, just because that, given the unusual dumbness of a show like this, it really makes me hopeful that there's really saving their best stuff for SummerSlam. Because otherwise, this is just a flop for no reason. At least if SummerSlam is good and they sort of use this time to build something to just good matches then it's almost like, okay, they sacrificed the Battleground pay-per-view to do something great at the next one.
They're going to have to do something very bad to top this show as the worst show of the year for me. This is hands down the worst show of the year for me.
Yeah,
and
easy.
Please, for the love of God, WWE, don't you dare ever bring back that Punjabi prison match. Ever.
Yeah.
Seriously. No one was happy that it was coming back. Nobody was happy at the show watching it. Nobody was happy at home watching it. Nobody was just happy at all when it comes to anything that has to do with the Punjabi prison match. You brought back the guy who created it, and people were like, oh, Jesus, God, no.
Cassandra!
I was like, yeah, that's a nice little unintentional Wayne's World reference, but it's not. It's in the bad way, man. God, this show is just leaving a sour taste in my mouth, and a part of me wishes we did have a 0 rating, but I gotta give that tag team match credit.
Yeah, that was
the
the
only real good thing that came out of this show. It really was. And I thank the New Day and I thank the Usos for actually giving me something to actually say something positive about this show, because the rest of the show was shit. Shit. Big old nasty fresh steaming pile of shit.
Well, there it is. Those are our thoughts on WWE Battleground 2017. But now, well, let's face it, I think we all know what you the people think. But to what extent do you feel it's crap?
Right.
Is it just
how much did you hate it?
Is it just sort of a tiny little puppy turd, or is it just like a big old Doberman stinker?
That is one big pile of shit.
You let us know. Let us know in all the ways you normally would, starting with the comments below. If you happen to like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you would like to hear our lovely voices every single week. You can also check us out on Facebook. Just run a search for the Scholars of Wrestling Show. And for greater goodness and sadness and misery and entertainment and everything in between, you can also check us out on Twitter, starting with our main account at ScholarsOW for all the latest in Scholars of Wrestling episode uploads. You can also check us out on our individual Twitter accounts for the latest in running wrestling commentary and other assorted little nuggets and tidbits and good things. You can also reach our good friend, our good co-scholar, Scholar Brian, who is sadly on assignment. You can reach him at Atomic Beanpole. Fool, where can they reach you at?
You can reach me at the Avatar.
And you can reach me at I'm Robbie Rage. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Brian lucked out missing these shows.
Yeah,
I think if he actually did watch it, because he told me because of his busy schedule, he wasn't able to watch the shows, and I just was telling him, like, dude, you are not missing anything. Go ahead, take your week off. You actually have something to look forward to next week. I told him what the main event was for Smackdown, and he was just like, well, shit. In the good way.
Yeah, I know.
I told him Nakamura versus Cena. It's like, okay. And then he had to sour that milk. He was saying, oh yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, they're fighting, but for the fact that they're going to face Jinder at SummerSlam. And it's like, oh yeah.
So don't you ruin this for me.
He kind of, it was like, oh dude, why did you have to throw that in there? Damn you.
Oh, that story is still unfolding.
I'm hoping it ends up a triple threat.
Oh, I've got some thoughts. I've got some ideas. Because you know who I am, and you know who we are. We're the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
Now let's see if we can get some tickets to Royal Rumble.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.